Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney here with Dan Schultz. Dan, we got some recapping to do from week one.
We do.
Dan, let me ask you a question before we even get started. Is week one your favorite week of the season?
In some ways it is, and in other ways it isn't. It is because it's fun to see all the new teams out, come into the league, all the new players and everything. At the same time, it's also like a lot of confusion because you're like, wait, who is this team? Who is this player? Where did these guys come from and everything? So in that sense, it is both fun and confusing at the same time.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, I agree completely. You get a lot of teams kind of feeling each other out. Mm-hmm. New teams that maybe have heard about the league or maybe came and watched the game, but then they get out there, it's a little bit different than they thought it would be.
Yes.
And you get some pleasant surprises too.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
So we'll do first, Dan. Let's recap the A division, and then our next video we'll recap the B division. Mm-hmm. So let's start off with Rock Nation versus Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Very low scoring game.
Yes.
38-37 was the final score.
I heard it was around 15-16 at halftime or something.
Defensive battle. That's probably. I'm going to go with that. It was a defensive battle. 13 turnovers by the Brothers, 21 turnovers for Rock Nation. So let's just chalk it up to really good defense. I guess defense was excellent that game.
Or sloppy offense.
Or sloppy offense, which is probably more likely.
Now, Brothers is a new team. The only person that I recognize on here is A.J. Hicks, who played for, I believe it was Elite or Team Us last season.
Okay.
He played for Team Us. So he got his team together, and you know what? They came out with a win against a Rock Nation team who has, most of these players have been playing this league for at least a few seasons now. Now, I heard Julius showed up a little late, and didn't look like the Julius Gray that we remember.
Yeah, I mean...
A little off shooting.
Well, no. He's still, 6 of 13 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3. That's not that bad. That's actually,
maybe it was just his first couple shots, is what someone mentioned.
I think the number one thing with Rock Nation, we said in the past, we know Julius Gray is going to play very well usually, but the supporting cast has always been in question. I mean, defensively, you have excellent players and players like Chris Nixon, Jacob Gray, but they need, Julius needs some help scoring the ball a little bit.
And we've been talking about this for a while.
We have. When your second highest scorer has 8 points, you need another guy to step up and pick up some of the slack. Dan,
when is Rock Nation going to listen to us?
I don't know, because they could be a really good team because they have all the parts to be kind of there's a little bit of an underdog's, edge to this team, I would say. Underdogs from a couple seasons ago, but I'm just not seeing it so far.
Now this is kind of a mix of Rock Nation and underdogs.
Yeah.
So it might just take them, I'm sure they all play together, but it just might take them a week or two to really start firing on all cylinders. Big win for the Brothers though. A little concerned about their scoring. We didn't have any players on their team in double digits.
Yeah, Brothers, you might have gotten the win this week, but your scoring output is going to have to be a lot higher. Stick with some of the scores we're going to be talking about coming up here.
Next up, we have the best squad versus the Bird Gang. Dan, from what I heard from the scores table, is when they were doing the game, they actually didn't know which team was which.
Okay.
Just because there were so many players, 3, maybe 4 players that played on Bird Gang last season that are now playing on the best squad.
I can see. See, it's confusing. That first week is it's fun, but it's also really confusing sometimes. So yeah, because obviously the best squad has Lamar Shorts on their team, our MVP from last year. That's kind of a big deal. So, yeah, as you can see, the best squad won 82-64. What is your emotional state with Bird Gang right now?
I'm numb. To be honest with you, I haven't even thought about it since the season started.
8th man of the year was the best player in this game.
And you know what? I'm a little concerned about that, just because Mark London really prided himself on being the last man off the bench, and now he's starting. That's why you see no rebounds. I'm sure if I know Mark London the way I think I know Mark London, he's just out there chucking.
And only 1 assist for a point guard. That's just terrible. 23 points, yeah, okay. But 1 assist. You gotta get the assist totals up a little bit.
Well, I highly expect that if John Bird already didn't sit down and have a talk with Mark after this game, he will before the next game and say, listen, Mark, I do the scoring around here. If you want to find yourself being the last man off the bench again, be like, you keep doing what you're doing. Because Mark having in the 20s is unacceptable. Just not.
Early team chemistry problems for Bird Gang. Obviously, only 6 assists recorded for them. Now, there might have been a few more. It's kind of hard to keep track of assists sometimes. But 20 assists for the best squad. That's some insane chemistry right there. So, yeah, they're a team to look out for. I mean, I know they're a new team and everything, but when you have guys like Lamar Shorts and Adam Ahern on your team, I mean, wow. This is going to be a really good team.
When they take the players from an undefeated pretty much undefeated regular season Bird Gang last season, and they add some players here. They add Adam Ahern. They have a good bit of size. They can all play.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very dangerous team.
Yeah.
So they made a statement this game, beating the Bird Gang the way that they did, and just put the whole league on notice.
So are you going to start making a best squad locker room soon?
No, I mean, Bird Gang was around for a while. Bird Gang went from the bottom to the top. That's what I like, that underdog story. All right?
We already had a team called the Underdogs.
This was the story, though. That was the team.
Okay.
But just, you look here, I don't know, this best squad is going to be tough to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look down at the Bird Gang. I mean, Terrell Davis, 2 points, only 3 rebounds.
Is it true that they were going to make, there's a rumor out there that you talk about Bird Gang starting from the bottom, now they went to the top. Hollywood was in production to make a movie about the rise of Bird Gang, like in a Miracle kind of style of movie, and now everything is just being shelved. I mean, nothing is happening anymore. After this loss too, I mean, the first round exit upset a lot of people in Hollywood, but this first loss pretty much shelves the entire project. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be on hold.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Irvin Promise Wilmington, a brand new team, going against our former champs, Drunk Monkey. Dan, this season, I want nothing to come out of your mouth but respect when you say the team name Drunk Monkey. They are our current champions.
Well, Lawrence Hines didn't show up, and that's not surprising. I mean, that's Lawrence being Lawrence. Typical stuff right there. That's just typical stuff, and it's upsetting as a fan, but at the same time, Drunk Monkey won 71-28. Would have liked to see them win by a little bit more, but okay victory. 30 rebounds, 14 assists.
Okay victory. There was still, I think they called it with like 9 minutes left in the game.
I mean, if you're the defending champions, you come out and you beat a team by 50. That's what it means to be a defending champ. You come out and you beat this new team by 50. But by 43, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not my expectations.
I did hear Urban Promise has a huge following.
Really?
They have a lot of fans. So they bring a cheering section, that's for sure.
Can their fans shoot from three-point range?
I don't think the fans are going to help them on the court unless it's a close game and they need that emotional lift.
0 for 20 from three-point range.
Would you have abandoned the 3?
0 for 20.
Would you have abandoned the 3? Danny, even if it was you shooting, would you have abandoned the 3?
Absolutely. I would start, hey, maybe we should go inside, because if you take away those 23-pointers, they go 13 of 42 or 13 of 22 from the field, which is a high field goal percentage. So they went 13 of 22 from 2 and 0 of 20 from 3. What do you think you should be doing? Would you be going inside more? If you're 13 of 22.
Maybe Urban Promise was just taking what Bird Gang was giving them.
Wow, 0 of 20 from the 3. That might be a record.
They could have been open looks. Who knows? I wasn't at the game.
20. 0 of 20 though.
But look at Steve Lee filling up the stat sheet. 8 points.
You realize what you're doing?
Is that a career high in this league for Steve?
Probably. 8 points.
I think it was 7 going into this game. So I'm going to have to double check on that.
No,
but you can pull up on the league website. You can go to career highlights and stats, and you can see what your career high is. So we're gonna do that. We'll get one of the stat boys on Steve's career high.
Yeah, no, that's probably his career high. Everyone on Drunk Monkey chipped in. Daryl Johnson, 15 points. Brandon Tano, 11 points. Logan Herring, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Jonathan Days, used 18 points. You know, they're the defending champs. So
I mean, they have the same team back together, right?
Pretty much.
Can you see anything standing in the way for them repeat?
Of course, yes. There's a couple of teams that I can see posing a threat.
So much for you giving them respect.
Oh, stop. I mean, you know, okay win, but you know.
Can I officially say I'm a Drunk Monkey fan? Can I make it official after week 1?
Does Bergay know you're cheating on her?
First of all.
See, you can't even defend yourself. You were all gung ho for Bergay.
I'm gonna give Bergay
You're
one
in a
more time.
honeymoon relationship. Oh.
Yeah, but you know how I feel about Mark London. He's on the team now.
Yeah, but
I felt like Bergay stabbed me in the back when they picked up Mark London. All right.
that's your reason.
I feel like they were gonna do anything they could to hurt me, and they got Mark London. So
I don't know. I'm not feeling good vibes over here for Bergay.
next up, we have Flight Skin versus Here We Go Again.
Flight Skin. Good old Flight Skin. Here we go again. Wins first week, 67-53. Here's the scary part about Here We Go Again, and we'll probably mention this in the previews again. They're adding Jake Royal and Joseph Tony to their team.
2 big pickups.
Sleeper?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You have to say they can do that damage, especially what they did first round of the playoffs this past season. You know, Here We Go Again. 2 seasons ago, they were one of our top teams.
Yeah, they were really good.
Last season, I think their only issue was not having players show up every week.
Yep.
So adding Jake, who makes pretty much every game, that's definitely going to help them with scoring. So, you know, if they are shorthanded, Jake's going to get you 25 to 30.
It's an okay pickup, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, in this game, I mean, they won. Joe Hoban at 25 points. Would like to see a little bit better of a field goal percentage from him. I know he's capable of that. Xavier Wiley, 13 points, 12 rebounds. So your 2 big players right there. They didn't even have Ryan Crossman or Brendan O'Brien, who I'm not even sure.
Brendan O'Brien is on the team. I don't think Ryan is.
You just haven't believed in them yet.
Well, they didn't give me the roster, so I just pushed everybody over from
Come on,
last season.
Here we go again. Come on, at least look like an organized team out there.
Killing me.
I know. Yeah, it's okay. I got your back.
They might have given me the roster. I don't know, to be honest. I'm just going to say it was their fault.
Well, Flight Skin losing Adam Ahern, I mean, that's going to hurt them a lot. Picking up, was Akeem Mays on their team last year?
He was. I don't know how many games he played.
Okay.
I know he was at games.
I just don't. This is a team I don't know who their best player is. You know.
For Flight Skin?
Yeah, for Flight
Well,
Skin.
they added Muhammad.
Yeah, but he only had 4 points.
Yeah, he had a bad game, but we know he can score in the 20s. He's capable of it. Brian Dorsey can get hot.
Can.
He had I think in the playoffs he went for like 30 or something last game. This past season.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
He's going to need to if he wants his team to be good this year.
Well, maybe they just need to run the offense around him.
Maybe they do.
Maybe just set screens for Dorsey.
Seriously,
the whole time?
I have no idea. Oh wait, Muhammad only had 4 points, by the way. I have no idea who their best player is right now. So usually with a team, I know like their 1 or 2 primary options. This one I have no idea.
Muhammad had 13. It was Ibn Elabi had 4.
Oh, he had 4. My bad.
Sorry, Muhammad. First day back on the job. We'll allow it.
Still, hey,
We'll allow it.
Muhammad, you need to get in like the 20-25 range. Brian Dorsey too. Brian Dorsey needs to put up like 40. That's the challenge.
He
for
needed
the
to get those 3-point attempts up. Only
Yeah.
9?
Yeah, that's
No, let's get 15, 16 a game. All right, next up, we have Tigers versus WSI. Dan, as we predicted, the Tigers look real good.
Yeah, I thought WSI, I mean, based on what we remember of them last year, I thought they were a really good team last year. I don't know who they lost outside. You know, they have Jeremy Jean on their team, so they should be a good team. But man, the Tigers, you had Corey Lemons to the Tigers. First game mercy rule.
Against a good WSI team.
It's a good WSI team. Yeah, and you know, some of the big players that we mentioned in the video, like Corey Lemon, Stacy Grady, Quanah Chase. They weren't even the high scorer. Rocky Anderson had 19 points and 8 rebounds. So some guy we didn't even touch on beforehand was their high scorer.
Yeah, I mean,
Look out.
we're used to Quanah and Stacy.
You call him Quanah?
Yeah, I love Stacy and Quanah
Okay.
together. They're always on the same team.
Okay. I'm not sure he'd appreciate that. It's okay. Whatever. It's all right.
It was a slip.
Slip of the tongue. It's fine.
It happens. Anyway, they were both used to being on teams where they had to be the high scorer. And now that there's so many pieces around, this team's going to be very, very difficult to stop.
Well, here's the thing. I will say this about Stacy, though. I feel like he has lost a little bit of his star power because I feel like his shooting has not been as good recently. 3 for 10 shooting. I mean, that's just not impressive. That's not the Stacy Grady I grew up watching as a kid.
Is there any Stacy? Is there any week that you're not going to call out Stacy?
No, because I know he's going to come back and he's going to be very upset, and it makes me so happy. It's so funny. So, yeah, he's got up his scoring a little bit. Because that said, I grew up watching a Stacy Grady that dominated games and put up 25 points, 30 points a night. And I'm not seeing that anymore. And it's just, I'm just wondering if he's in the final stages of his career. You know? Last year or two of his career before he retires. It's just...
Are you like when Jordan came back to the Wizards?
Yeah, I'm starting to reminisce already on all the great games. And, you know, with these scoring performances recently, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe this is his last
It's
season.
going to start being like promos about, you know, his last time playing a team and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're coming to that. And it's upsetting, but I don't know. Hopefully he answers the call.
Pretty sure Stacy's like the same age as me, and you just spent about 45 seconds talking about his last run.
It might be.
Come on, Dan.
Come on. He's
probably going to put up 40 next game just because of what you said. And you'll say I motivated him.
I would. Well,
after you took the cheap shots.
I would doubt it. But it would be nice to see as a fan, as a pure fan of Stacy Grady. It would be nice to see that.
Next up, we have Dynasty versus the Blue Devils. Dan, I almost didn't recognize the Blue Devils. Almost didn't recognize them. They were here. They were showing up last minute to the game. At 2 minutes till game time, there was like 4 players total from both teams here.
Do they not know when their game was?
I don't know.
Are these guys committed?
I'm questioning Joe Sirianni's leadership. I'm calling it out right here. Joe, you got to get these. Randy would have never let that happen. Randy would have never let that happen. If they would have walked in late and Randy was here by himself, he would have sent them all home. Send them home. Send a message.
To that, I say to you questioning his leadership. What was the score?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, they're the Blue Devils. When they're here, they're going to perform. But you just can't have that.
All I see is they won by 32 points. And you're calling out a guy on his leadership when they just...
Joe had a pretty good game, too. 17 points.
I'd say he had a pretty good game. I'd say 4 guys in double figures is a pretty good game. I'd say winning by 32 is a pretty good game. I'd say even if they started with 4 and they still won this game by that much, it's a pretty good game. Now here you are disrespecting them like you always do, especially now with no Randy, so you can take all kinds of shots. And I'm not, as a big Blue Devils fan, I'm not taking that. I'm not accepting that.
Let me get back to the Blue Devils in a minute. I just want to talk a little bit about the dynasty here.
They're not
still not a dynasty.
They're not a dynasty.
You had Charles Brazel and Kyle Wilkinson, 18-16 each. Now Charles Brazel before the game, I was just talking to him for a minute, and you know how Shooters Club's not here anymore.
Yes. Oh,
well, he took that opportunity to just take some shots at him. Just tell me, he's like, why did the Shooters Club get so many games here last season? Did they even win a game? Whew. So, just some parting shots.
What team does he play for?
Brazel?
Yeah.
He plays for Dynasty.
They even won, I think they won, 2 games last year?
Well, yeah, with the Shooters Club, he played, Charles Brazel played on the Shooters Club about 4 seasons ago.
Okay.
After he came to like 2 or 3 games
the
season.
I remember the name, yeah.
He's very athletic and a big guy too.
Mm-hmm.
But back to these Blue Devils real quick. I mean, almost everyone on the team is related to someone else. All these McCuskers on there. We have all the McGee's on there. What?
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't say it's
What's wrong with
bad.
that?
I didn't say it's bad.
Gosh darn Blue Devils, all related to each other.
Bernard
But they don't
Clary
even
in the
have
show.
jobs.
C.J.
I'm on
Brown.
a rant over
C.J.
here.
Brown, typical no-show first game of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
Is he the Lawrence Hines of the Blue Devils?
Probably. Yeah, that's completely fair. If there's one thing they're at fault for, it's him not showing up to every game like he should, because he's one of their best players, especially with no Randy. He could be the best player on this team if he wants to, if he actually shows up.
Randy.
But yeah, if he doesn't show up, I mean, what can he say?
Now, let me talk about Pat McCusker's stat line real quick.
Do we have to?
We absolutely have to. 8 for 11, 1 for 2 from 3-point line, only 4 rebounds.
Yeah, it's a fluke game.
But 18 points.
That's a fluke game shooting the ball.
You don't think Pat will shoot that good every week?
Rebounds, typical Pat McCusker numbers.
I'm a huge Pat McCusker fan, though.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't tell.
Absolutely. Next up, we have the Hot Shots versus Aflac.
If you're going to be doing that all season, I'm just going to quit right now.
How can you not?
Were you the Aflac Duck? Was that you? Were you the voice of the Aflac?
No, I can't take credit for that. I have been practicing that.
Oh, okay.
I've been practicing all week just for this occasion.
Oh, man.
But Aflac comes in as a new team, and we kind of called them out in our preseason video, just saying, are they going to be ready for this, for the A division?
That's a good question.
And a couple of them, took a little bit of offense to that. Now, they went up against a very good Hot Shots team, led by team captain Hami Mahani.
Mm-hmm.
Well, put together by Hami Mahani.
Yes.
Now,
Hey, was that a shot at Hami? I'm not going to take that.
it wasn't a shot.
You said put together. First you said led by, and then you went to put together, which seems like a downgraded role.
Well, it may be.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Hami has been in this league for about 40 years, which is weird because I think he's only 32.
Hami was 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. All right.
Yeah, enough
That's
game.
enough.
It happens. It's human.
You're defending him because of your stat line.
Stop.
Oh, now I get to the bottom of it.
Just because I have the same stat line as him means nothing. That's irrelevant. He plays in the A division, I play in the B division. Completely different divisions and leagues. Stop. It's
Now-
led by Hami.
Hot Shots pick up Akeem Tucker, 24 points, 8 for 9 shooting.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, I'd say so.
8 of 13 from the line, though. I mean, come on.
We can't have that.
No, can't have that. That's 5 points. Right
Hot
there.
Shots as a team only shot right around 50% from the free throw line. That's not acceptable. Jeff Jones though, 25 points. He's getting started the right way this season.
Oh yeah. Well, they pounded. I mean, look at the rebounding totals. 42 to 26 on the boards. Holy crap! Yeah, that's pretty dominant on the boards. The scary part is, I know Vince Goldsberry. I remember him. He's a really good player. Pat O'Connor. Then Vince Goldsberry. He played for St. E's back in the day. I'm pretty sure I recognize that name. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you could be right. You
I'm
could be
pretty
right.
sure I remember that name from St. E's. Could be wrong. Pat O'Connor, I mean, we know Pat could put up 20, 25 points every night, so he only had 8 points.
Edwin had 12 and
Which
12.
is also unacceptable. Pat, work on that. That's just, I might take your spot if you're going to put that much up. But yeah, overall, very good game for them.
Now we take a look at Aflac.
Do we have to?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I heard for most of the game they hung in there with a very good Hot Shots team. And then I guess in the second half, Hot Shots opened it up a little bit. Now you look here, our team, their high scorer with 18.
They had 4 guys in double figures. I mean, offensively, they had a good game. But they need to hit the boards, man. You can't get out-rebounded by 16.
True.
But yeah, RT had a good game. Trayvon Hawkins had 11 points. Travis Johnson had 18 points. And Derek Clutchy had 10 points. So they, the offense is there. It's just the defense and the rebounding I question a little bit. Yeah, Hot Shot shot 29 to 61 from the field. That's almost 50%. That's pretty darn efficient.
I mean, you look here, Aflac was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. They just need to get there more often.
Yep.
clearly shoot a high percentage from there.
Yeah.
So, we'll give Aflac a couple more weeks. Let's see how they do after playing some of the other teams. Next up, we have Ryan's Toon Squad versus the Crew.
Welcome to the A Division Toon Squad.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I watched this game. It was the scary part of this Crew team. And sorry to Toon Squad. Crew was not even playing. They weren't even playing. They were just messing around. They were just throwing the ball around, taking terrible shots that were going in. Like, they weren't even playing. And Derrick Henry was not pleased with your scheduling, saying, "You got to put us up against the best team in the league."
First of all, Drunk Monkey is the best team in the league. We didn't do that.
Hey, that's what I told him. I'm like, "Hey, man, there's like 3 or 4 like teams like this." Like,
it was all random. The website doesn't have.
Hey, yeah, I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm giving a message back to Derek.
Okay. You mad? You sound a little mad.
Just let Derek know. He needs to back off a little bit.
Yeah, but Toon Squad, yeah, they were playing, and they weren't playing extremely well, but they were playing very hard. So, like I said, I just don't know if they get even 3 wins this year.
They just have to. I think three wins might be a good season for them in the A division. They just have to adjust to the style of play in the A.
Yeah.
It's a lot different from B, and just the speed of the game. But yeah, give them a couple games. Just like Aflac, we're gonna give them a little time too.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, I say so. But you look at John Moon, 20 points. Look at Nafis Richardson, 17 points. He's a new addition.
Yep. Corbin Hersey with 12 points. Ricky Anderson with 12 points. We'd like to see more rebounds from Ricky. 8 is unacceptable. I come to see him get at least 10 rebounds every game. I come for his rebounds, not for his points. And to not even get 10, I don't feel like I got my
You feel like you were robbed.
Yeah, I don't feel like I got my money's worth. This doesn't make sense because I don't even pay to watch those games.
And look, hold on. Is that Danny Rodriguez on there too? I've just seen Hot Shots players scattered all over the place.
Yeah, 6 shots is pathetic. It's more than that.
Yeah, Danny's got to get his shots up. I don't think I've ever seen Danny only take 6 shots.
He came off the bench too. You know, just like we were talking about Stacey Grady, I'm starting to wonder if Danny is in the final year.
Oh no! Oh wow!
Coming off the bench, only putting up 6 shots. His arms are getting a little tired. He's getting a little older.
I'm gonna have to start looking for a replacement for you because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find you next week after calling out some of these players.
Oh man!
If Danny comes knocking on the side door later today, I'm gonna tell him exactly where you are. All right? Jeez.
Yeah, I hope one of these guys.
I hope
one of these guys I'm calling out doesn't work for like the Sopranos or something like that. But I think I'm okay.
I need to see a little bit more out of Lucky. Only 2 points, and both on free throws.
Disrespectful.
I need more from him. I need more from him this season. All right, our final A game. We have ACC versus Grim Squad.
Now, you might look at this game and say, hey, good win for ACC, 55-50. I would be tempted to say that too. But I think they're going to agree with me. They were blowing out Grim Squad by like 15 points. It got to the point where they were trying to throw like alley-oops off the backboard, like disrespectful. It was like in the first half they were doing this. And Grim Squad was like, I heard them on the bench going, all right, okay, they can keep doing that if they want. And Grim Squad made a run. They, at the final like 3-4 minutes, they were taking good shots the entire game, and they just weren't going in the first half. They were all very good shots for the most part. They started hitting them in the second half. They got the lead down to like 2 or 3 at the very end. They just couldn't complete the final run. But I like this Grim Squad team because the shots they were taking were good shots. They just weren't hitting them. And they made that run in the second half, and they almost stole this game. So if you're ACC, you got to be like, all right, we got to close this game. We got to close these guys out. We got to close this game out. So
Grim Squad was also missing probably their best scorer in Alex Winward too.
Mm-hmm.
So could have made a difference, but what are your thoughts on ACC going into this season? What ACC team are we going to get?
I mean, I still think they're a better team than last season. There's no questioning that. But you cannot be throwing off alley-oops off the backboard in the first half and then almost have a meltdown like they did in the second half. That just can't happen.
Hold up, Dan. I see the problem. Darrell Harris did not make a field goal all game.
Yeah.
0 for 3 overall, 0 for 2 from the three-point line. And he only got his points off free throws. Shoo. I mean, I almost didn't think he was at the game for a minute when I looked at his stat line.
How old is he?
He's about 28, 29.
Yeah, it's getting up there. All right, I'll stop. I'm just kidding. But yeah, he's got to get more shot. He's got to make a shot. Starting off, first of all, and I need to see more. I need to see vintage Mo Jackson. I don't like this 3 for 10 Mo Jackson. I like the Mo Jackson where he goes like 7 of 14, 7 of 15.
Yeah, he's usually a volume shooter.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a few to get going, and then when he gets hot, he can make a bunch in a row.
Yeah.
But I did like him getting to the line for 6 shots.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what direction both these teams go.
Yeah.
Forward.
You know what? Even though ACC won this game, I still like the look overall of Groom Squad. Maybe it's just because I'm a Groom Squad fan, but
I did miss them.
Yeah.
Glad to have them back.
The intensity is back. Yeah.
All right, Dan, that's going to wrap it up for our recaps in the A Division this week.
Did I call enough people out this week? Did I hit my quota?
You're right around it. You're
Okay.
right around it. We'll get the final tally later today, and I'll let you know.
Good.
But I think you were right around it.
That's a valuable stat to keep track of.
Yes, absolutely. Dan, anything from you?
No, I said everything.
All right.
I'd say.
Thanks for checking us out. We're now loading these videos up onto our YouTube channel. And we're actually doing a game of the week for this weekend's games. So on the Facebook page, I posted under for comments, I posted every game, whichever game gets the most likes. So tell your team, get on there and like the actual game. And whichever one gets the most likes, just one game. It could be an A Division game, it could be a B Division game, whichever gets the most. We'll videotape that game and put it up on YouTube next week. So, alright, thanks a lot for checking us out. Stats are up on the website, HACadultbasketball.com. And Dan, I think your power rankings will probably be up.
Power ranking should be up either. A Division will be up probably tomorrow, Wednesday, and then B Division will probably be up on Thursday.
I can't wait for them.
Yeah.
I can't. First one of the season. Dan, I'm excited. If you didn't call out enough people in this video, I guarantee you hit your quota in the power rankings.
I may or may not have made fun of Florence Hines, even though Drunk Monkey is going to be at #1. I'll just say that right away.
All right, thanks a lot. We will see everyone on Sunday.